Hey, Seymour Better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and here's a perfect example of someone who just wanted a pair of non-prescription fashion lenses that could have vision insurance or flex dollars to spend and didn't want them to go to waste, so they're getting the RayBan 4105 color 601, which is the shiny black in the 50 eye size. There's only one thing that could come in a box this small, and that is the folding Wayfarer. Of course, you've got your RayBan cleaning cloth on the inside there. They're just adorable case, and of course inside is the classic shiny black folding Wayfarer. Now the original Wayfarer, which is model 2140, that came out in 1952 and has been seen on movie stars and musicians and even presidents, they have since come out with the folding. Folds at each temple halfway down, those close, and then of course it folds at the bridge to fit inside a case like this. And someone just wanted a pair of these with fashion lenses, so why not? Let's cut a pair of non-prescription lenses with Transitions green lenses. So let's go ahead and, in fact, put the frame into the tracing element of my edger, grab my stylus, hit the start button, and a little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the lens before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses, or in this case, non-prescription fashion lenses at no additional charge. My receipt has my federal ID tax number on there, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. And of course, these are non-prescription, zero, no power whatsoever. So let me take the first lens out of the packet. It comes with a little laminate on the front of the lens to protect the lens during shipping so that nothing rubs against that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Now, if this were a prescription lens, I would come down to my lensometer, rotate the lens, get the correct power on there to know exactly where to orient it. Because this is non-prescription, it does not matter. I can put the lens in there anyway. Of course, this green outline is the shape we'll be cutting. It is I will minify it down, that little green shape right there. Let me get the lens out of the way so you see just the green shape there. That is what we're cutting. I'm going to magnify it while I'm working on it. Take the lens, put it on the platform. Now first, this is a block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need two double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I'll pull that off. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this one onto the first block, put that there, stick it onto the second block. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now this little silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice today. The first time is right now. It's going to attach itself to something magnetical there in the arm. We can put that there. And if these were prescription, I would put in the pupillary distance and the optical center height, but because it is not, it does not matter. Hit the button, the arm comes down and places the block onto what will be the right lens. Could be the left, it could be the right. We'll just see when I'm done. Take the other lens out of the packet. Take the protective laminate off the front, put that onto the platform. Again, if this were prescription, I would put in the pupillary distance, but that is not necessary today. Line the magnet up with there in the arm. Make sure that the lens is large enough to fit, which it is. I just don't want it off center like that. So put it right in the center, hit the button, the arm comes down and places the block onto the left lens. Now, this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work today while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home and you won't need this guy anymore to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that little channel, that bevel, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So I'll go ahead and let the magnet do its job a second time today. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. So I'm going to wake up the computer. That is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that. I do not want to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen anyway. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a light bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Sorry, I spaced out for a minute. I'm going to hit the green start button, the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts. And then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Of course, being non-prescription and being a plastic frame, you'll have no edge thickness, but because I do cut free prescription lenses all day long, being very high power, no matter what the power, it does become more critical. Now if you see light flickering in the background, there's water there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off of the lens. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex cut wet. Water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, just to wash away optical debris that you will see beginning to form on the lens. Now, as I mentioned, these lenses are, and of course you're getting the Essilor brand of transition lenses. Polycarbonate is so lightweight, Essilor calls them airwear. The TR stands for transitions, the Roman numerals V11 for 7, and of course GG is green. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so this is permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. So just a moment ago your lens was flat, and now it's getting the V-shaped bevel cut into the lens, so it stays inside the frame. It's getting the male version. You have the female bevel here. We're getting the male bevel that's going to go inside here and stay inside the frame. So water is spraying onto the lens. It's telling me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. So in just a moment, this lever comes out. At the end of that lever is a spinning wheel, something you would find on the end of a Dremel tool. That's going to apply the safety bevel to the rear surface of the lens. This is a routine procedure. As I mentioned, I do cut some very strong prescriptions during the day, so every day, I mean to say, excuse me. And should any of the lens protrude from the back surface of the frame and come in contact with the cheek, it would be nice and smooth. But of course, you're not going to get any edge thickness here, but it is a routine procedure. So I'm going to open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes me a couple hours, but I can do it. Just got to keep staring at it. So I'm going to dry this off. Run my thumbnail around to make sure that all the optical sawdust has been removed off the lens. And I'm going to see if it fits into the frame first time around. I may have to take it down. This frame has a deep bevel, so I'd be a little bit surprised if it fits first time around. I tuck it in at the outside corner, and then using my fingers, hang on, make sure it's lined up. Using my fingers, yep. Oh, it does. How about that? Well, I am a little bit surprised. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take it down 1/5 of a millimeter. I'm sorry, 1/20th, just so I don't have to push it in there as hard. I'm going to put the lens into the chuck, hit the start button, the door closes. Where's my flashlight? The clamp shuts, and then you can see the styluses again trace the shape of the left side of the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the left side there. And just like before, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And as I mentioned, you have no edge thickness whatsoever because these are non-prescription lenses in a plastic frame. But of course, I do use the thinner, lighter weight. Did I mention these are unbreakable? This is the same material that make safety glasses out of. I've had several people write to me that they've been near someone who is weed eating or mowing and a rock has been thrown up and it hit them in the face. It actually hit them in the lens, and the doctors told them the only reason they still have eyesight now is because they were using my unbreakable lenses. That's what everybody gets. I do not compromise. These are not OSHA safety glasses, but they will work the same way. So, and again, this is the RayBan 4105, color 601, which is the shiny black in the 50 eye size. This is the folding Wayfarer. And 99% of all RayBan sunglasses are made in Italy. 90%, 99% of their ophthalmic meaning is designed to have sunglasses, designed to have prescription lenses put into it, are made in China to RayBan standards. Right next to the same factories that make the iPhones and iPads, make hospital equipment, and of course the satellites that are listening to this conversation now are made in China. So this is the shiny black. I have a couple more colors in stock. This is the classic 710. This is the tortoise. When you hold it up to the light, you can see that tortoise color in there. So of course all of these are the folding variety. Now this is a unique color they don't have in the classic original Wayfarer. It has the blue front with the charcoal color temples. I really like this one, but I'm a blue guy. I wear blue glasses myself. In fact, I have several pair of blue glasses, but I live in a blue city, but I wear a lot of blue. Even got the blue pants on today. So I have all these colors available. And of course I'm cutting transitions green, which I'll show you in a moment, but I can do transitions gray if anyone wants it. I can even do transitions brown. If you want the tortoise frame with brown transition lenses, I can do that. I can put any color lens into any color frame. I can even do anti-glare coating. I can do transitions and anti-glare. There's nothing I can't do. So if there's anything you want, I can do the transitions extra actives that get even darker outside than the regular transition 7. You can see how this lens is very close to clear indoors. The transitions extra active, they retain about 10% color indoors, but they get much darker than the regular transitions do outside. Hence the name extra active. It's designed for people who are extra active outdoors, running, or doing anything outside. So let's go ahead and take that block off. Go ahead and mount the lens in there. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner and then push down at the nose. It snaps right in. So again, if these were prescription, I would go ahead and verify the prescription to make sure everything is cut properly. Here's one more thing I like to do, and of course this is the point in every video, that as I clean your lenses, I mention that when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments for you. So just stop by your local place, even though you didn't get your glasses there, and ask if they do free adjustments. Just tell them if it's too loose or too tight, or if it sits uneven. They'll know what to do. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly, but I'm going to go ahead and get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble, and when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and I press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. All right, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip them over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure the temples overlap properly, and they do, and that none of them are askew like that. Oop, had a little bit of tissue on there. So not only are you going to get one of my own premium microfiber cleaning cloths with every purchase, you will have your RayBan cleaning cloth that comes with the case. I include instructions not only how to care for your frame and lenses so they will last you for years, but also for your cleaning cloth and your case, so that too will last you for years. No other seller on the internet is doing that, I am told. I also include a selfie request with every purchase to have your picture on the website. I would love to have you modeling these. Come on, send me your selfie so I can put it on the website on my satisfied customers page. And of course, I'm using your cleaning cloth, so when you get this in the mail and you see some wrinkles in it, you know that it works. But I field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works, so I don't send you a defective one. I love that. I've got one in my pocket, but hey, you don't want me to use mine, do you? Okay, so this is what your lenses look like clear. I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and I'm going to put this into the tray. Put this into my little transitions box, which just has a strong UV light in it, and turn the light on. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to turn dark. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15 to return back to virtually clear. Now, this is important. Pay attention, everyone. Transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks that they're exposed. After that, they will work for years with maximum performance. The only time they won't work is when you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays so your dashboard doesn't crack or your upholstery doesn't rot from sitting in the sun all day. That's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, Transitions Extra Active will get about 30 to 50% in the car, but the regular Transitions only about 10%. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 degrees and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. But again, the Transitions Extra Active will get a little bit darker than the regular Transitions in hotter weather. Now, as soon as you get out of your car, or if you have a motorcycle or a convertible, they will darken, but you just have to have direct exposure to the sun. So, this is the first time they've been activated. These are the Transitions Green to look like the original RayBan G15 lenses that came in the original Wayfarer sunglasses. And of course, as I continue to dark, you'll see them getting lighter and lighter. This is the first time they've been exposed, but don't worry, they're going to keep getting darker and darker for the first 2 weeks. Come on, we talked about that, don't you remember? So that is that. If anyone has any questions, of course, this is color 601. The blue is color 6020. And the tortoise is the color 710. This is available in a 50 and a 54 eye size. This is the shiny black. There's also a matte black. I didn't have one of those to show you today. I did want to show you the other 2 colors that I keep in stock. And that's that. Great collection to your sunglass collection. If you have Ray-Bans or other ones, there is nothing else like this one that folds up. Fits in a pocket easily. Smaller than a cell phone. This is awesome. So, again, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut Transitions Green, although again, Transitions Gray or Brown are available, into the RayBan 4105. This happens to be the color 601, classic shiny black in the 50 eye size. As I mentioned, 54 is available in the folding Wayfarer. But if you do have any questions, just message me, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.